back to the Kindred Kitchen. My name is Pam and V is behind the camera.
Hello, hello.
And we are the Kindred Vegans if you don't know us already. Today is one of our 25 Days of Christmas series. We are making a cranberry orange bread, which my family absolutely loved. I have made this oil-free, so I'm sure your family will love it too if you like cranberries at all. Make sure you go down below and subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up if you like this video at the end, and leave us a comment and let us know, do you make sweetbreads? See, I was raised, my mom made sweetbreads all the time. Banana bread, pumpkin bread, apple bread, all of those kind of sweetbreads. So I kind of grew up this way. I'm not eating this bread right now just because I'm really trying to lose weight, but my family really likes it. So let me know if you make sweetbreads, and if so, what kind you like. Okay, let's get down to the ingredients now. I have, here it is. I have in here a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon and a half of baking powder, and a teaspoon of baking soda. Now we will put all the ingredients down below so you don't have to like take notes or anything. I've got 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I have a half a cup of plant milk, a half a cup of orange juice.
Which I just squeezed for her.
Yes, fresh squeezed. And I have a half a cup of maple syrup. I have a half a cup of packed brown sugar. I have a tablespoon, of apple cider vinegar that I will put in at the end. I don't put this in at the beginning. I put this in right at the end before I add my cranberries. So I have that. I have a teaspoon of vanilla here somewhere. Here's my teaspoon of vanilla. I have a cup of whole wheat flour. I have a cup and a half of oat flour that I just ground up in my Ninja. And I have a half a cup of oats. And this just adds a little bit of tooth, a little bit of texture to the bread, and I really like that. And then of course I have a cup of chopped cranberries. All right, so I have my mixer here, and we are going to get started mixing. And I'm going to put in, here's my plant milk. I'm going to try not to spill anything today, so we'll see how that works out.
That's a challenge.
I know. I have my maple syrup. Actually, it's V's maple syrup because I was almost out. So I bummed some from my bestie to make this.
She came over to borrow maple syrup.
Here's my brown sugar. I'm going to add my salt, my baking powder, my baking soda. Add my cinnamon. And my vanilla, and then I'm going to give it a mix real quick. I want all my vanilla, because I make my own vanilla, so my own vanilla extract. All right, so let's give that a quick mix, and I am probably going to cut this out because it is really loud, but we're going to mix it. Now I'm going to add the orange juice. I know it's not much to look at in there right now, but it will be, I promise. I just like to get all my baking soda and baking powder mixed in there before I start adding my other dry ingredients. Okay, here's my oat flour. I know it's back to the camera, but it's like how... Come on, come on. I made a huge mess.
Yeah, so... Kind of lost the challenge, Pam.
I know, I'm making a huge mess.
That's okay. That's the fun.
Let me whip that up a little bit here. Here's the whole wheat flour. Give that a quick blend. Oats. Cranberries. And lastly, my apple cider vinegar. A quick blend, and then we're going to... Got to get all the goodness off of the paddle. Now I'm just going to mix this a little bit by hand to make sure that these cranberries and everything are mixed up in there well, the oats and everything. And then I have my silicone baking sheet, baking pan, loaf pan, but it's silicone. I am going to put this in here. My oven has been preheated to 325. My mom always did sweetbreads at 325.
Oh, really?
I've seen a lot of recipes that are 350, and I know most things, cookies and cakes, are baked at 350, but my mom always did the sweetbreads at 325, so that's what I do.
Nice.
I am going to, and I will tell you a trick, I put this on a baking sheet just because it's, you know,
Yeah.
and just in case it goes over the top. But I'm going to put this on a baking sheet. I'm going to stick it in the oven, 325 for 1 hour, although, you know, your oven may be a little bit different, but until a toothpick or a knife, you know, goes in and comes out clean, and then we will be back when it's done. Bye for now. Okay, the bread is out of the oven now. I let it cool for about 10 minutes, and then I took it out of the loaf pan, and contrary to V's belief, it took an hour.
Hey, I know my oven, so I was just thinking.
Every oven is different, and I always say that. Every oven is different, so make sure you check. So we put it in for 45 minutes. It was not done, and we put it in for another 15.
Hold on. Don't cut it yet. I want to see the little design at the bottom. Show us the little design at the bottom.
Because there is a design. I don't know if you saw it, but there is a design on the bottom of my loaf pan.
So I want to see the design.
You want to see if it came out on the bread?
Oh, see? That's so cool.
Very satisfying?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so this bread is hot, still real hot, because we only let it. So if you let it sit for a few more minutes, it will cut easier. But I did want to show you the inside of the loaf.
That looks so amazing. Look at it. Looks like little jewels in the bread.
I'm going to try to cut another piece, but I don't want to mess up the whole loaf. It cuts easier once you let it cool. Just like any sweet bread will. You can see the steam coming off of it because it's so really hot. And it is really delicious. My kids love it. And there you have the loaf. Like I said, let it cool before you cut it, but it tastes amazing, hot or cold. Anyway, we are so glad you're joining us for the 25 days of Christmas, and I hope you give this recipe a try because I know you're going to like it. And you know, if cranberries are not your thing, you could easily substitute in other ingredients for cranberries. You could leave them out and put in pecans if you're not trying to lose weight, you know, and you want that extra flavor in there and that extra crunch. Pecans would be really good in there. Now, we do have a Facebook group that is just for women, so if you're looking to get your health back or to lose weight, go over and find us on Facebook. We are at Whole Food, Plant-Based Health and Weight Loss with Kindred Vegans. We have lots of live content there, and the replays are there. We have lots of interaction and lots of content, and we just really encourage and support each other in our Facebook group. So go on over and join our Facebook group. We would love to have you. And I am going to put the link for the group down in the description box so you can find it there. And please join us again tomorrow for another of our 25 Days of Christmas series. Bye for now.